Fylde Flips.
Hello, welcome to the video. Thank you for joining me. Hope everyone out there is doing well. I've not had the best few days. If you've not seen the last shed video, then you don't need to go back and watch it. But like, we broke down. It's the short version. We were stranded. We're okay though. Everyone's good. We're now back home. The car's back home, and by some miracle, the car is actually running and seems to be okay. Right now, I'm going to get this stuff picked. Got, how many items have I got? I think about 19 items or something. Let's grab them and try and make back some of the money that I've wasted. And I'm going to start with this item, which is actually the most recent item I have listed. Cannon fodder. I only got a few of these listed this weekend with everything that has been going on. But this is one of them. It's gone for the full asking price of $49.99 plus postage. I'm looking here as though it's here, but it's not. It's just down here. That one. So I didn't think it would go for quite that high. But I think the thing that's made it go for more is the following. I'll show you. It's got the discs. And this is untested as well, by the way, which I've very clearly said. It's got the manual, it's got the disc. But it's got these, which most people don't seem to have. And I think these only came out, I would imagine, in like the first run of the game. Because these were put in to kind of celebrate the release of the Cannon Fodder, the game. So, that's all it is, just unused. War never had so much fun. War never had so much fun. The Great Cannon Fodder Skirmish Challenge. To celebrate the launch of Cannon Fodder, Virgin Interactive Entertainment are giving you the chance to win one of 100 tickets that entitle you to a free day at your local skirmish site. Does that even still exist anymore, skirmish? I've done airsoft before. I don't think I've ever done paintballing. Yeah, untested as well. So, again, hopefully they have read that. Just looking down here, because I think that these may be down here, the next item. It's a set of 3 teacup sugar jars, price Kensington, £15 plus postage. I had them up at $19.99 plus postage, and I paid a £5 for them, so it's not a lot. But these are actually really quite common, and they don't go for much. They just don't. I could have sworn they were here. I am struggling to find them. I'm not sure. I could have sworn they were here. They probably are. They're probably behind something, under something. Can't see them off the top of my head. I will get them in a bit. Let me go move on for now. Next we have a Harry Potter Quidditch Nimbus 2000 broomstick. It's the Tiger Games one. I had it up at $9.99 plus postage, which is not a lot, but it doesn't work. That's why it's up so cheap. And went back and forward a little bit and settled on £8 plus postage. And this one's actually staying local. So still posting it out. It's not as annoyingly big as the others. It is when it's fully extended, but it actually comes down like that. So that's not nearly as bad to post out. And it's still going to make a very cool looking, you know, display piece or for a costume. So it'll do somebody well. And with the selling of that and the selling of the other one I sold last week and the one I sold the week before that, and that's all of them gone, apart from this one that I bought more recently, which I'm going to leave out now to remind myself to list it. A couple more items that are down here. So this one here is the Gecko phone. I will just find it. I bought 3 of these Gecko phones this year. There it is. That's what we're talking about. I got the full asking price on this one of $29.99 plus postage. That's less than what I got on the others for a couple of reasons. It just has its polystyrene box like that. It doesn't have its outer box. And also it has an issue where you press the demo button and it plays, but it just keeps playing and playing and playing and doesn't stop. It's supposed to stop after one loop. So I bought these from a boot sale earlier in the year, and it was really, really cheap. Can anybody remember how much I paid? Because I can't now. I think it was £2 a piece. I think it was. which is insanely cheap. It really is. The others, I think I got about 60-ish, 55, 60, and around 35, 40 on the other two. So £6 into what, around £100 profit, a bit more than that, all said and done, after fees and everything. That's not bad. The guy actually said he had more as well. Supposed to go back the following week, but it was rained off. And then I did go back many weeks after that, never saw the guy again, unfortunately. I did try and get his number, but he didn't really want to give it me, which is fair enough. He was like, oh, you don't need my number, I'll be back next weekend. I was like, right, so will I, sorted. But nah, never happened. Next is a Harry Potter The Great Hall playset. This one, it's missing all its bits though. I got 10 quid plus postage on it. I had something similar that kind of opened up like a few weeks back that didn't work. That was better than this. This one though, still kind of cool, much smaller, not as interesting as the other one I had. I can't remember how much I paid on this one. Cannot remember or where I got it from. There you go, go with your broom right there. Oh, these as well. These are for the same customer, but they purchased them at different times. Let me see. I got £3.60 on one of them and £3.99 on the other. And they owe me around, I think it's about £1.50 a piece. So we're not talking a lot, but yeah, these have sold better since I've started splitting them up into singles. Like, what's that all about? Like, I was selling them as doubles for ages. As soon as I started putting them down singly, I've had people buying them much more often. So, not complaining. I think that might be the way I go with all of them. Just sell them all singly. I think people are much more willing to spend 4 or 5 quid than spend up to tenner on two, you know what I mean? Right, something else from down here. Nice large item. Some people's nightmare of packaging. This one. Not my favourite item to be packaging tomorrow either. But yeah, $64.99 though on it. This is the last item of that big Le Creuset bundle that I got from the first boot sale of the year, or the first big boot sale of the year, I'll say. It was St. Michael's, the first one, and I got loads of good stuff. I got a load of Port Merion stuff, and sorry if I'm repeating myself. People who, you know, watch all the videos will have heard this many times before, but not everyone will have done. I think it's important to kind of tell you guys where I got this stuff from, when I can remember. And look at these weird things. Somebody will buy them. I probably should have touted these as being like, you know, Halloween-y, shouldn't I? They would have made quite a cool little Halloween set. Anyway, too late for that now. This is what's sold. I thought this would have gone quicker, but hey, the other stuff, all similar kind of things, baking dishes, etc. And they did really well, and I paid like really not a lot at all for them. I got them on the same day as I got a load of Port Merion as well, and I did really well with both lots. Just I guess I got kind of lucky that day. 2 really good lots of stuff. Also got a Nintendo 3DS and other stuff as well. That was one of the best still of the whole year. Even though I've been to loads of boot sales this year, it's still possibly the best, or at least one of the best. Next we got another item going to a production company. I've had a few of these recently, and it's quite often Tupperware. What's that all about? I'm guessing 70s, 80s, maybe 90s, like programs. It's a good kind of background prop, isn't it? A bit of Tupperware. Everybody recognises the Tupperware. This is a nice like mustard yellow piece as well. And I got $19.99 plus postage, which I think was the full asking price, which is good. It's quite unique though, with the whole mustard colour. I bought several bundles of Tupperware this year, and I buy them individually here and there, wherever they are as well. But yeah, so I'm not sure exactly which bundle this was from, or if it was bought singly. But I don't usually end up spending more than, I don't know, a couple of quid each at the very most. Occasionally, if it's a particularly nice set, I might go a little bit higher, but usually, you know, more often than not, it's like 50p or £1, you know, if you're buying them individually. Next, we got a mug. I think it's just in front of me down here. I had a couple of these. Got £6 plus postage on it. Had it up at £7.50. Not worth a lot, this one. This is from Raya, Last Dragon. Quite like that film. It is night time, by the way. Where possible, trying to get this stuff picked the night before, get it all packaged as early as possible. So I've got another one here that is to a production company, or at least I think it's to a production company. I had a quick little look. I'm obviously not going to tell you guys because I can't give away customers' information. But they're either like a production company or like a unusual company based in London. That's all I'm going to say. And they've ordered this tea set. It's a Hornsey Saffron set. This is one I had in the crates in there, the crates near the door that are piled up. You might have noticed them. I've mentioned them a few times that they've got some decent stuff amongst them. So I've been kind of like dipping into them now and again and pulling some stuff out. And this is one of the things that I pulled out, this tea set. And it's not perfect. There's a couple of issues. I think there's a couple of cups that have little chips, a little bit crazing, but all in all, pretty good overall. And they paid, I think, did they pay the full asking price? Let me have a look. Yeah, they did. Yeah, the full $34.99 plus postage, which is a decent price for this, for what it is. Like in the past, you could throw a teapot in there and probably only get about the same price. So for just the cups and that's not bad. That. Next we have a Mr. Men plate. I got £12 plus postage on this. I had it up at $14.99. Accepted an offer. So just like a plastic plate that I got fairly recently for a boot sale. There it is. Next we got these two Busch Garden cups. £10 plus postage on these. Had these quite a while. Not really worth it, these ones. I think there was a bit of a phase where I bought a lot of these kind of cups from boot sales, wherever I could find them, just to kind of give them a go. I had all sorts of different ones, but for the most part I found that they're not really worth buying. There they are. I've got another one there. That's from a Royal Caribbean cruise or something. Again, not worth it. These ones at least have a bit of a cool looking design to them and that. Right, so there's a few things in these boxes. I'm going to kind of just grab them, show you them as we go. I had this up at $9.99 plus postage, only got $6.50 plus postage on it. Got this from a boot sale. I think when I got that, like popcorn, or what I thought was a popcorn bucket, it was a sippy cup. I think it was from that same boot sale. And just like £1, maybe £2 at the most. That was Strawberry Fields boot sale, if I remember right. I've got a couple of items here that I've not got round to putting away yet. They were still here, so I've grabbed them. They've sold for £14.99 plus postage. It's these Rupert the Bear, like annuals, what are they called? Magic painting pages, that's it. So if you can ever find these where the magic painting pages have not been used, they can be worth a lot, because I had one once that sold well. But unfortunately in this case, they've all been used, every single one of them. So there you see, they should just be plain and not all colourful like that. But somebody still wanted them. I paid £1 each for these from a jumble sale trail. That video will be coming soon. And the other item is this tie, Tasmanian Devil. Just got this recently for free. Thank you very much again. $7.99 plus postage is what I got on this. Next we've got these. These are Starbucks pin badges. Really like these. Kind of wanted to keep these. Got these along with a load of key rings, of which I think I've only sold one key ring, but these have gone for £13.75 plus postage. That with the key ring, I think that makes my money back, and I've still got like 20 odd key rings to sell. They're all Christmassy, so hopefully they'll go. Coming up to Christmas, I'm sure they will. They should just be in here. Yep, there they are. So as you can see, all of them, the key rings, all the same thing, and there was just one set of these badges. And there was another key ring which we kept. Yeah, very cool, these, very cool. There's some even better ones out there than these. There's like a Christmas set as well that I saw when I was looking into these that do well. I think we're nearly there now. There's a couple more items, let me see. I've got a key ring, it's a Game of Thrones key ring. Only got £3 for it. And it's in big one box, which is there. Right, I think we are basically there. Is there anything else? Oh, there's a board game. It's a board game up in the spare room. Payday board game, got £14 plus postage on it. My kids and I, and Claire, played this board game, and they quite liked it actually. It was quite good, but we've played a lot of games. It's not like their favourite or anything. We considered keeping it, but we got loads, so we let this one go. But it is quite a good game still now. It's been a while since I played this one. We do like our board games. Maybe not quite as much as we did a couple of years ago, but I try and keep it alive. Like, my eldest ain't too bothered anymore, but I try and keep him going with it. Like, yeah, my youngest is like, I've played him at chess. He's only 7, and he's actually like really good. And I've only shown him how to play it a couple of times. Like, we've not played that much. And he's not played it like at school or anything like that. He's just got a thing for it. So maybe I'll push that a bit. Although I think AI just beats everybody at chess now, doesn't it? So I don't know if it's something to pursue, but he enjoys it. And honestly, the last time I played him, he nearly beat me. And I'm alright at chess. Like, I'm not a grandmaster or anything like that, but chess was kind of my thing for a little while as a kid, as was like all board games. But I really enjoy chess. And there's been a couple of occasions where I've beaten people that are pretty good. Should probably have beaten me a couple of occasions. But yeah, amazed me how good he was at it. Hi, it's the next morning now. I've got 3 items that are sold overnight. Let's grab them. First off, we have an item in this box here. Expedition Everest. Coronation Street little set. Like glass, bar towel, bar mats. I had it up at $19.99 plus postage, and I accepted an offer of $17 plus postage. And it's a nice little set, this proper vintage, like what, 80s, maybe early 90s, something like that. Probably from like the Coronation Street experience or something, I would imagine. Maybe like the old one. I think they moved it a few years back, didn't they? Bought this for, I think it was like £2 or £3 from a local boot sale. Next we got this mug, £8 plus postage. I had it up at £12.50, so I accepted an offer of quite a bit less, but I've had this one for ages. It's a vintage colour roll, made in England. And then lastly we have this cookie jar here. This is the one that should sing "Who Let the Dogs Out?" But it doesn't work, unfortunately, even though the person I bought it off said to me confidently, "It's working." Well, it's not. I try my best to get it working. The battery compartment looks fine. Don't know what it is that's wrong with it, but there's just nothing at all. No sound coming from it whatsoever. $14.99 plus postage. Had it up at £19.99. They were trying to like offer me considerably less, saying, "Oh, it doesn't work." And I was like, "I know it doesn't work. That's why it's up at the price it's up at. If it was working, it'd be more like 30." Anyway, we settled on 15 plus postage. It's a cool cookie jar, nevertheless, right? Whether it's talking, singing, or whatever. A few little marks, as you can see, but not in bad condition overall. £15. I only paid £1 for this light from a boot sale, so I can't really complain too much that it didn't work, but it would have been obviously been a much better profit margin there if it was working. So my plans for the day are to get this stuff packaged up. That's probably going to take me most of the morning because there's quite a few fragile items amongst it all. I'm doing it by myself, no help from Claire. So once I've done that, I have a video that I need to get out tomorrow. So I think I'm going to go straight into editing that. I think I've about half edited it, and it shouldn't be a particularly long edit on this one. So I'm going to do that. And then hopefully I'm going to have a little bit of time after that to get some photographs like the rest of the big box Amiga games. That's my mission for today, really, just get them done. If I can get them done, that'll be enough for me. And then get them listed, or the majority of them listed. The momentum board, I don't know what I'm doing with that right now. I obviously need to go through and see where we're at last month. We've not made the target, absolutely definitely not. But how far away were we? Quite far, I reckon. Did we even do as much as we did last month, which was £4 last month? I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do going forward with that. It is a good idea. I think it's a better idea during like less busy months. So you just kind of keep going. I think it's more important then. I think when it's like this, you're on the run up to Christmas, you've got a lot of stuff going on. It was demotivating me, not motivating me, the board, because I was looking at it and thinking, oh my god, I'm like so far off where I need to be. And it did, it motivated me a little bit to kind of keep going, keep getting stuff on. But then when I realised I just couldn't quite keep up with the average I needed, that demotivated me, and I was like, oh god, what's the point? To some extent, you know what I mean. So I don't know, I'm going to keep it going, but I think I just need to set a more realistic target and not obsess over it too much. Right, I'm going to get this stuff packaged up. Catch you in a bit. It's now Wednesday. I've got 6 items that are going out today. Just wanted to quickly let you know about a couple of things. Firstly, we've just got some more boxes ready for the month of November. It's the start of the month. Loaded up on the boxes. Got some of these from a friend who keeps them for me. She works in a shop. And also Claire got a load from Aldi when she went. Well, it might have been B&M's yesterday. So I've got a good load right here. Lacking the kind of larger, stronger boxes that I really need for things like bread bins, but I ain't complaining. Got a good amount there. One item is upstairs in the spare room. It's a couple of board games, the Atmosphere board games. So we'll get them in a minute. Excuse me, I think I've got a bit of a cough coming on. We have some plates that have sold. These ones here, the ASPIN, not ASPIN. I am ASPIN. They are ASPIN. Arco Rock set of 6, nice like green leaf plates. I got the full asking price of $34.99 plus postage. As soon as I put these up, had loads of interest, like way more than I thought I'd get. But it's probably because they are like borderline new. I mean, they are new. They've still got, the packaging is just a bit like, rough around the edges, but they've all got these stickers on, every single one of them. And these are actually Claire's grandma's at one point. Claire's mum has been having a bit of a sort out of stuff. We ended up with them to sell, and they sold quick. Yeah, not bad, 35 quid plus postage. Nice vintage glassware. This is the kind of thing I would buy at a boot sale, and I've bought similar things quite a few times before. Never these like green leaf ones though. New to me, these ones. Yeah, these take a bit of packaging. I mean, they're fairly well packaged inside. I'll probably maybe put a bit, so it's just like that, so they're separated by card. Yeah, see, I'm not quite happy with just having card in between like that. I might have to put something else in between, maybe a layer of bubble wrap in between each one as well. And then bubble wrap on the outside, a nice strong box, and void fill all around it. Next we have a very nice mug that I picked up recently for 50p from a boot sale from somebody who watches the video, so cheers mate, thank you. It's a Spode Edwardian childhood blue and white mug. And I had it up at $14.99. I got £13 for it. I've got a few of these that I had previous. I don't know. No, it's over here. This one. Yeah, I put it somewhere different so I didn't get it mixed up. There it is. Very nice. Another item going to potentially a production company. Well, it is a production company. I think they maybe do theatre rather than TV. I've had loads of stuff like that recently. I wonder why. Well, it's probably just pure coincidence. I'm sure it is. But what I have done with a couple of things, I've put a little note in just saying, thank you very much for your purchase. If this is going to be featured on anything on TV or anything, if there's any chance you could let me know at some point, that would be amazing. But so far, nobody has ever messaged me or anything about it. So I'm guessing maybe they're not allowed, maybe it doesn't get featured in the end, and if everybody asked you to do that, then they would have a massive list of people to notify, wouldn't they? There's been a few times before where I've seen stuff the same as what we have sold before in like TV shows, and I thought, I wonder if maybe, just maybe, I may have supplied that at some point in the past. But usually by then you've forgotten all about, you know, where it was being sent to and everything. Maybe I should keep like a proper list of this stuff, and then if I ever do see anything, I can be like, hang on, I supplied that production company. It'd just be interesting to know, wouldn't it? They love their Tupperware though. That's the main one that they seem to buy, these production companies, is the Tupperware. Now, for all I know, it's just for somebody working in the office making their rice at lunchtime. It's not actually being featured at all. Next, we have an RF Bruggen tankard. I had it up at $14.99. And it did go for the full asking price of $14.99 as well. Anybody out there know what RF Bruggen is? Most people probably won't, unless you've kind of had family in the RAF or been in the RAF yourself. You're probably not going to know, but it's an RAF camp that was in Germany. I don't think it's there anymore. I could be wrong. I think most of them have been handed back over, haven't they, now to Germany? There might still be a few that exist. But yeah, this one I got fairly recently, but I can't remember exactly where from. I mean, it's definitely a boot sale, but I just don't remember. I don't remember which one, but I remember seeing it and thinking, oh yeah, I remember that place. Next, we need to say goodbye to the last of the keepers. All the other keepers have gone a few weeks back now. The last ones in here I've just sold for £13.50 plus postage. It's those two there. And yeah, I didn't get quite as much on these as I did on the others. I had them up at 20, but somebody offered less, and there's been very little interest in these two, so I just accepted it. We've got lots of room in there now, more stuff. So 2 items left in here. I've got 1 item in the Tron box and 1 in the Valhalla box. Valhalla is here, Tron is there, right at the bottom. And I got $9.99 plus postage, the full asking price on this. So I wouldn't have thought this was in it. I thought it was down with my tins. I keep all my tins down there at the bottom, from the bottom shelf, but no, it is. That kind of tells you how long it's been, because it should be. If I'd bought it any time recently, it would have been down there with the rest of the tins. Next we have this. I got £11 plus postage, had it up at $12.50, accepted an offer. You know, we're now after Halloween, yet this is still sold. That's what I mean, like, things do sell after the holiday in question. And I've still got a few of these left. You can see 1, 2, 3. I think that might be it. Oh, 4. Although one's just sold. We've got 3 left now, I think. I best check that on my listing. I've got other Funko Pops in here. I need to kind of unlist these and do sell similar, because I've had some of these for a little while. They probably should have gone by now, I think. I just need to lower the price down. A lot of these were part of that bundle of Disney Funko Pops that I got from, what was it, Clitheroe, the indoor cattle market boot sale. Anybody remember that? And the last items are these two Atmosphere board games, Atmosphere 2 and Atmosphere 3. On one of these, the VHS tape is actually new sealed still. Bought these off somebody who watches the videos. Cheers mate if you're watching. It's taken a while for these to go, and not for as much as I thought they would. I think I had them up at like 25, 30 and they've only gone for 20. But again, after Halloween, so not that this is necessarily a Halloween only thing, but I usually find the Atmosphere games do much better around Halloween time. I'm still making a profit here. I think I bought both of them for about £6 or £7 for the both. So it's a bit of a profit, not a huge amount. So I'm going to get this stuff packaged up. Shouldn't take me too long today. Claire's here as well. She might give me a hand with some of the non-fragile items. I'll do the fragile stuff. Shouldn't take us too long. Half an hour maybe. 45 minutes perhaps at the most. Also, you know, from start to finish, all done. And then I'm going to get some photographs, some listings up, and finish a video off as well. And hopefully move some of this stuff, get some of this stuff listed. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Got some retail arbitrage stuff right there. These here, Aldi, I got them for 75p each. Yes, the ceramic as well. Now I don't think these sold for a huge amount to begin with, but at 75p each, yes, I was going to buy as many as I could. And I actually went around to 3 Aldis in the area, and the rest of them hadn't actually lowered the price down yet. So you might find these out there, you guys. There might be a few left still in Aldi's, and they've reduced them down to 75p. They also had a load of other Halloween stuff as well. I went in like a few days ago and they had loads of it. Went in again yesterday and they had basically nothing. So this is how quickly it goes, because they will have reduced it all down to basically nothing. So I could have had a lot more if I was more on the ball with it. As I say, only 4 items going out. Claire's working today at 10 o'clock. Right now it is almost 9. So I'm going to get all this stuff packaged up before 9:45 when we have to leave. Can I do it? Should be able to. Right, here we've got these Meakin bowls. I got the full asking price on these at $39.99 plus postage. Had these for a little while. I had some larger Meakin bowls in the same design. They sold like fairly quick after I listed them. These I guess are not quite as desirable. These are more of like a cereal bowl. They were more like pasta bowls. These were all from that Warrington boot sale, the first on the top 20 boot sale list. I picked them up very cheap. What was it for these and for the other ones? Was it like £3, £2? It was cheap. I think I bundled it in with a few other bits as well and paid very little for all of it. Here we have Shaun the Sheep Shirley lidded bowl or soap dish, and I got £8.50 plus postage on this. Next we got these 2 glasses here. These were from a recent boot sale. Were these from, let me think, I think these were from eBoot boot sales. Still got the golden ticket. Yeah, when we did the world record, I'm sure that I got these 2 from there. It was dark. It was pitch black if I remember right. I had my head torch on. Yeah, I think I paid £1.50 for the 2 and I got £16 plus postage. And then lastly we got something that has just sold as I've been stood here in the shed. It's these 3 Tupperware egg cups, £12.50 plus postage, full asking price on them. So yeah, not a lot, but I ain't too worried. As I say, I've not been listing as much as I should have been doing this week. I haven't stopped, I've been doing other stuff. So yeah, there's not much to report right now. I'm going to leave this part of the video here. I think I will end the video later and we'll sort out this momentum board. I'm going to finally calculate what our number was from last month, because I've not done it yet. And we will set a new amount on the momentum board. Cold. Hello, it is now Saturday. I've been out to a car boot sale today, my local one, Norcross. Not been there for quite a while, so it was good to go back, see a few familiar faces, and I got a few good items. I'm going to show you some of them in just a minute. But right now, I've just kind of done the board from last month. And yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be good. This was all a write-off due to what happened with the car. The total was 3,680. It would have been more. It would have been more like the 4,000 if the whole car thing hadn't happened. I had all of the big box Amiga games that I would have got listed on like Thursday, Friday if we hadn't broken down. So that averages out at £118.71 a day. I mean, it's not awful, but I've not reached the target. Quite a way off. So what should we do for this month of November? I'm not sure. I'm not going to go 6 again. That's too much. 5? I feel like if we go 4, that's not enough when we're so close to Christmas and everything. I've got some good stuff that I can get listed this month. A few things I've been kind of keeping on the back burner that I've got some good money to them. So I think 5. 5 should be achievable. Let's go 5. Let's have a look at what we've bought from the boot sale, just very quickly. Not going to go into kind of full detail. But I got some Star Trek. No, I said Star Wars. Star Trek. May the Force be with you. Where is he? Where is he? What do you think about that, Worf? I've never had Star Trek magazines before. I paid £5 for the whole lot. I don't know, and I got that as well. That's from Blockbuster Video. Does that make much difference in the price? Will it be worth a little bit more that it was from Blockbuster Video? I don't know. Probably not. And yeah, so we'll see on them. A £5. That's got to be worth it. I had a quick look and like roughly £1 each, but I don't know. Some people seem to be able to sell them. Some people don't. So we'll see on them. I got a amiibo right here. Not very often you find amiibos at the boot sales, at least I don't. We may keep this one, we may sell it. It's worth about 10 to 12 quid plus postage. I paid 2, so that's alright. This kind of represents a whole Simpsons bundle. We got a load of different Simpsons stuff in there. This guy had so much Simpsons stuff, but a lot of it was really, really worse for wear. Like, I'd be surprised if it works, half of it. Like he had the alarm clocks, he had plush, needed a clean, just everything was, you know, pretty dirty, needed attention, and he wasn't letting it go for cheap. Like, his plushes were a £5 each. This was a £5. He wanted 30 quid for what's in this box. Obviously too much. In the end I made a deal for this and what's in this box for 25 quid, which I think is okay. I think it is, because this seems kind of rare. Somebody sold one of these recently on eBay for about 60 quid, but that's new boxed. Mine obviously needs a good clean. It's missing a lamp here. It's a stationary organizer, or like desk tidy if you like. It's got a little pencil sharpener here. It's got a drawer here. You pick pens and stuff there. As I say, it does take batteries, but I've not tried it out yet. You know that Fortnite have recently done a tie-in with The Simpsons, haven't they? They've just brought it out. In fact, we've got it downloaded. We've not played it yet, but I thought we would try that as a family. We've never sat down and played Fortnite together before. We do have a thing like Roblox and Minecraft and stuff together, but we've never tried Fortnite. I've always thought the kids are maybe a little bit too young for it, but I think now we're getting a bit older. But yeah, I'm not going to go through all this stuff now, but there's just all sorts. Nothing individually is going to be worth a great deal that's in here, I don't think. But like, we've got some technically unused glasses, but it's worse to wear. It's all a bit worse to wear. Still have their original tag from, what year is this? Not 97, I think. 97 is that? Yeah. And then we got these tea, coffee, sugar. Like, these are Jeff Banks. Well, they're kind of like a tie-in between Jeff Banks and Churchill. They're alright. A couple of Pyrex for 50p each with the lids and a Tupperware. And then these guys are pretty cool here. These are part of the Super 7 range. You might have seen me show you a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figurine, a Slash figurine recently. Well, these are the same brand, by the same makers as that. So, yeah, cool, proper like old school in the look of them, like my kind of era of Transformers. And these bits come off. I think these will have come in a box with other pieces where you can replace like maybe the heads or the hands, maybe even the weapons. I'm not sure. That's what a lot of these Super 7 things, they're a bit like the NECA stuff. You can usually replace bits and bobs, so obviously I don't have any of that. I just have what you can actually see. But I think these will do okay. They wanted 10 quid each, which was too much. I managed to get them for £7.50 each, so £5 off, which I thought was okay. Do you know what? I think I might keep these. I might keep them. I really like them. It might be one of them where I put them up quite high. I'm going to list them together, because not many people seem to be doing that. I'm going to list them together and aim high. And if somebody does come in and buy them, then so be it. But for now, at least, I'm going to keep them. I'm going to put them upstairs in the spare room. They're just very cool. Really like them. The momentum board is currently in the living room being sorted out, redone. So we'll get to that later in the video. But right now, this is the stuff that I've already picked. That was all upstairs in the spare room. So right here we got these hot air balloons, which I've had for about a year now. So it's taken a while, but this is the last of them, the last 4. I got the full asking price of £9.99 plus postage on these. And then we got a couple of McDonald's sales. We've got these for £3.50. Got these for £3.50. Also, different customer. Thought I'd send them a couple of free dragons. And right here we got Star Trek: The Next Generation board game. It's an MB Games game. Got £8.50 plus postage on this. Not a lot. Not worth a lot, this one. Bought this from a boot sale for £1 or £2. And then we got a set of 3 toadstools right here. I've kind of mixed up how I was selling them. I put them in 3s, I put them singly, as well as like, you know, just different variations to see which ones do the best. And so far, selling them individually does the best. Then in 3s, and then the original way of in 2s. So, you know, if you guys have got stock like this that's like a bit sticky, it's been around for a while, and you're just kind of thinking nobody wants it. If it's something like this, just try different variations, split it out into singles, you know, do a larger bundle and bundle them up in larger bundles. It may work, it may not. In this case, it's been working for these, still selling them. So we've got a viewer sale today, I'll do that in a minute. Right now, let's get the stuff that's down here. We've got a tray. I've got £19.99 plus postage on. There it is, quite a nice one this, I thought. Yeah, no, it's not there. It's just here, randomly. It is quite a nice one. Not perfect. Has a bit of kind of patina going on here and there. But, especially on the back, on the bottom. Vintage, made in Great Britain. Next we've got a Hornsey Teapot Charisma range. This one here, I only got £7 plus postage on this. I was asking for a tenner. Next we have a piece of Tupperware. Got £5.50 plus postage. I had it up at £7.99. And I think this is the piece that I got. Again, how I remember this stuff sometimes, I don't know even. I just don't. I'm not making it up though, I promise. I do, you know, some stuff I forget immediately and my memory's not that great, but some things I just remember it like clearly as if it was yesterday. I got this for free from somebody. Somebody gave it me at Burscough car boot sale. I couldn't tell you which one it was, which trip to Burscough. I've never had a piece like this that flattens down like that before. That's the first and only time I have ever had it. Got this set of IKEA cookie cutters. This particular set seemed to be like one of the better sets. Not that any of them are that great really, but this one is a bit rarer than the others. Like there's loads of these, and I'm thinking they maybe like change them up each year. I had them up at £12.50 plus postage. Sent an offer out of 11 and they accepted. We got this Friends Light. I've actually had this in the past. Picked this one up fairly recently for £1 or £2. Can't think which boot sale it was. There is a third item, but it's not. It has made it to a box, the third item. I'll show it you now anyway, and I'll grab it. It's a vintage 1990s Gamester. I think it's a Game Boy carry case. I suppose it's just any video game carry case. It's this. Had it up at a tenner. Sent an offer out of £7.99 and they accepted. And yeah, I've had this in the past a couple of times and it's sold quite well, but not anymore. There's loads of them out there. So that happens quite often. You know, you'll get good money for it and then you'll pick it up a year or two later and it's suddenly not really worth anything anymore, or not worth much. I mean, this was 50p from a boot sale, so it's still borderline worthwhile. Still a little profit there. So we've got 2 items left. One is this. I've just picked it. It was there at the bottom of this pile of plates. Only £4.99 plus postage on this. I paid very, very little for this, like pence, 20p, 50p, something like that. And the reason is because it's got some damage underneath. There's a chip underneath. So yeah, it's a nice plate though. Otherwise, if you had like a nice set of these, I think they would probably do quite well. Almost forgot, I've got this little set of Turtles figures, these like more modern ones. This one here was ours. I got it for my eldest son a couple of years ago. He's never taken it out the packet, he's not bothered about it. And the rest were from a boot sale at some point. And put them all together, £27.50 plus postage, which I think is pretty good really for these. They are in the Terror box. They were selling a lot of these figures in like B&M bargains, and I'm not sure they still sell them, so then maybe that's why they've now gone, because they're kind of maybe slightly harder to come by. Yes. And then lastly, we have a viewer sale. Thank you very much to Jeanette, who has purchased this. This is my kind of thing, this is. If I had a kitchen big enough, I'd probably have like a whole section of like little ceramic houses. The Quince Village collection, made in England. This is not one I've heard of before, but when I saw it, I just thought, yeah, that looks cool. We'll buy that. Can't remember where I got this one from. Bit of crazing, but good condition overall. £19.99 plus postage. And I will, of course, get you a Falco's Flips badge. Thank you very, very much. Let's get this stuff packaged up. I'll catch up with you guys again a bit later on. Good morning. It is now Wednesday. I've got a few things going out today. Not a whole lot. Things have definitely got quieter over the last week or so, and I predicted it. I said to Claire, I think it's going to be kind of slow start to November, because I think most people tend to wait for the Black Friday sales, don't they? That's the trend I tend to find anyway. November, beginning of November, first couple of weeks, fairly quiet, and then it really starts picking up after that. So hopefully that does happen like it does every other year. But right now, due to that, the sales are kind of low. And I would run a sale right now, but I'm saving it for the second, well, like the last 10 days of the month and the first few days of next month. I'm going to run it for 2 weeks. That's the maximum you can run a sale for on eBay. So yeah, I'm saving it for then. Then I think the sales will really kind of get going, I hope. If I continue listing anyway. Got to keep getting that stuff on, right? So listing wise, recently I've got my board back. Not put anything on it yet, but we got the board back. £5,000, November, £166 a day. That is the target. We've got 6 items to get packaged up. So let's grab them. In fact, I've already grabbed one because it was in the shed, and it was under a load of plates, so it was hard to get to. So I just quickly grabbed that. Got £19.99 plus postage. That's what it is right there. This was from the January pick, so it owes me like pence really. So it's taken a while to sell. There's been quite a lot of interest in it, really. I didn't think there would be, but there has been. We've got a big box PC game that's sold. So this is the second one that's sold. The first one was Cannon Fodder. That went quick for 50 quid plus postage. This one has not gone for as much. It's gone for £15 plus postage. This is quite common out there, so I thought this would take a while, this one. So 50 plus 15, 65. I paid 60 for the lot. So after fees and everything, we're almost breaking even on all the games. Then I paid a bit extra still for like the rest of the stuff, the Amigas and that. This is not a game that I remember at all, this one, Theatre of Death. Looks kind of cool though, a bit like, maybe like Command and Conquer or Commandos. And next we've got two 8.5-inch Portmeirion plates, £18 plus postage. I had them up at 20. Very nice, these ones. And I think pretty much the last from that bundle of Portmeirion I got earlier in the year. Is that them? There's 3 there. They're all the same size. Yeah, I think one of them is quite badly damaged, isn't it? Make sure I don't send the wrong one. Yeah, I'm sure one of these has some like proper issues and I've listed it separate. Yeah, it's that one. Yeah, I'm sure I've listed that separately for not a lot. So I think this is the last 2 from the big bundle of Portmeirion I got from St. Michael's, the first St. Michael's of the year. Well, I got a lot of good stuff. I keep repeating myself, so I'm not going to say it again. But yeah, there was a good bundle of stuff in that one. There was another Portmeirion haul, like mini haul of Christmas stuff that I got around the same time, and that's the last item that I still have of that. That will go. That it's kind of new in its box. Asking a little bit more for that. I think about 30 quid. So, but it's all Christmas design and everything. That will definitely go. And if it doesn't go, I might keep it myself and use it at Christmas, and then probably quickly sell it again come January as used, obviously. I very much like it. It's nice. Have your roast potatoes in it at Christmas time. Next we have this Hard Rock Cafe Copenhagen Hurricane glass and shot glass, and got £12.50 plus postage. Had them up at 15. No boxes or anything for these ones, I don't think. No. There they are. I buy these occasionally. They have to be really cheap, otherwise I tend not to bother. The more unusual places can sometimes do better, but sometimes not. It's hard to judge. Alright, next we got this. It's a Christmas like garland decoration. I got £14 plus postage. Had it up at 20. In the Slinky Dog box. In fact, I think that's at the bottom. Yeah. Got this from St. Michael's boot sale earlier in the year. Yeah, I definitely feel like I don't have as much like Christmas stuff as I usually would. I do love Christmas, so that makes me a little bit sad, just a little bit. But yeah, you know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say Lemax bundle. I want a Lemax bundle. I get sick of myself saying it in the videos when I come to edit them. I'm like, just stop talking about that bloody Lemax. But while we're on the subject of Lemax, now we're going to B&Q later to get a piece of wood so we can slightly extend our Christmas village in the living room. We're going to be doing the village maybe this weekend, maybe the following weekend, but it'll be up before the end of the month. And yeah, if you didn't know, I like doing my Christmas villages. I've been doing it now for 10 years, longer, a bit longer. Started off with just 1 or 2, and it's built and built and built. And we're even looking at maybe like whittling some polystyrene this year to kind of create certain backdrops and mountains and stuff, but I'm not sure on that. We've got a few things in mind, but what we are doing is just making it a little bit bigger. Where we have our village, you can't make it too much bigger, otherwise it would just take over the room, and we just don't have the space. So we've got a little bit of extra room we can make by bringing the wood out. You'll see in a few weeks' time. I will share a video like I usually do, and might be on this channel, might be on my other channel, might put a little bit on this channel. We'll see. Right, not many things left, unfortunately. So the sawing box, we've got 3 little walkers, toys, like toy cars. These didn't get a lot for them. I had them up at £9.99 plus postage. Been very little interest. Took an offer of £6.99 plus postage. That's all we'll have to do. Oh, that's actually it. I could have sworn there was something else in these boxes, but there's not. Let me grab that then. And yeah. 20 minutes later, and something else has just sold. We've got this here, Typewrite. Bought this from a boot sale that was on the top 20 list. Somewhere down south or East Anglia, I think. And I bought this when I bought the big lighthouse. I have put that video out already, haven't I? I think I have. And I think I got like a deal. Was it like 12 quid for the 2? Something like that. So I did pay up a bit for this, I guess. I think they wanted 8 quid originally. So I think I got it more like 5 or 6 quid. And I have sold it for £13.50 plus postage. So that sale's come in, and then I got a message from somebody. It's one of them, do you know, where you got a message from somebody and you're like, oh God, what do they want? Well, so I sold that dog cookie jar, the one I had just up there next to the the one I had just up there next to the cookie cop. Anyway, so it didn't work, clearly stated. Also clearly stated that it had some damage, it had some marks on it. See the photographs. So it was very clear, and she actually messaged me before buying it and was like, oh, is it not working at all? I was like, no. So I sent it to her, and she turned around, she was like, I can't believe the condition you've sent me this in. It's marks all over it. I'm supposed to be giving it as a gift. I was like, sorry that you're not happy, but please see the photographs and read the description, and you'll see that it was clearly stated and shown that there were some marks on it. It was nothing like terrible, but it was just like a few marks kind of at the edges and stuff. It's still a, you know, pretty decent looking cookie jar, if you ask me, and I gave her a £5 off, so I did it for 25% off my asking price. So she messaged, I've not heard anything back since I said that. So in the message that she's nicely sent me, I have just purchased on Marketplace this cookie jar, sent a photograph of it, from a lady in Wales, and cost me £5 plus postage, not a mark on it, and fully working, 2 exclamation marks. I'm like, so what? Quite frankly, like, I hate it. I used to get all this when I worked in customer services back at the company I used to work for, Furniture and Lighting Company. I used to get people saying this kind of stuff all day long. Like, they'd buy something and they'd come back, sometimes it could be like a month or 2 later, and say, I found this item cheaper from this random shop. I want to return my item, or you give me the money difference. I'm like, nah, no chance. No chance. I used to get that quite often, and it was always annoying. But in this one, I don't know whether she's going to open a return and return it. I mean, she's within her rights to do so, but she'll have to pay the postage back. And I expect that she's going to leave either a neutral or a negative feedback. I just think she will. She seems like that kind of person to just do it. So I'll have a hard job getting that removed, I think, but I will battle that one, because it's very clear that the reason at this point she's leaving the bad feedback is because she's not read the description properly. So in that case, eBay should always side with the seller. If it's very clear that the item is as described. You've described it correctly. You've provided photographs showing the issues, and then the customer says in the messages is complaining about something that was very clear. It should be an automatic removal of feedback. It should. There shouldn't be any farting around, having to do this, having to do that, having to ask the customer to remove it themselves, because there's not a chance in hell this customer's going to remove it if they do leave it. So at that point, it just takes somebody in eBay customer services to look at it and think, yep, do you know what? It's right. You've described it correctly. The photographs are correct. What the customer is saying is very clear in the photographs, that it's like that, and therefore removal. That doesn't happen anymore. I think it used to happen a bit better. Now you really have to fight to get anything removed, and it drives me a bit mental. Just the time that it takes, and it shouldn't. For stuff like this where it's clear cut. Now there's other times where it's not clear cut, and I get it. They have to look into it. You know, they've got to take both sides into consideration. With something like this, it is very clear. It's up to the buyer to read the description. You're buying stuff online. Look at the photographs. Read the description. You're buying from eBay. It's a used item. Read the description, because so many people now, I think it's worse now than it's ever been for people just not reading this stuff. They just don't do it. They just don't read it. I don't get it. I don't understand. And I don't have like lines and lines and lines and lines and lines of text in my description. I don't. I keep it very simple. I have a few lines. At the bottom, it always says the same thing. At the top, the title, the listing title, and then straight away any kind of issue with it. And then I'll say something. I'll either put the measurements in, or I'll say go and have a look at the photographs. The measurements are in the photographs, and a little bit about the item. That's it. Like a couple of lines. I'm talking. I keep it very simple, and that's on purpose. So it's Friday right now. Just thought I'd quickly show you this. I do a Christmas village every year, and we've decided to expand it out a little bit this year. So we have it along here, coming out to about here. We have a piece of wood that goes right back and out to about here, and then across to meet up. It should meet up with that there. So we've got this kind of like extra bit here. We can't really come out more than that because the tree goes here. It would have been nice to maybe come out a bit more. Maybe in the future we can in some other way, but right now this is how we've got it. So I've not got the piece of wood out that goes along yet. So this will be underneath. So the wood we've already got will go on top. This will go here just to level it out. And then we have them on here and then up here as well, having us like a ski slope from here coming down. So yeah, just thought I'd give you a quick look because we're doing it possibly this weekend, but probably the weekend after. And I've also got, so it's a bit dark in here, and so I've got the few bits that I got from the garden centre. If you've watched my video, the video on my other channel, you will have already seen these few things. And we've actually been to Barton Grange Garden Centre as well, and got a couple of bits in there as well. And then we decided to go online this year to buy our building. We always buy at least one building to improve the village. And we've decided to go for, well, we've got this. This isn't, I guess, technically a building. Claire really had her eye on this. We were like one or the other, and in the end I just got it because they had a bit of a discount going. And it is very nice, very cool looking. When it's lit up, it looks good. It's like a little greenhouse. But the other one, although we were very tempted by all the rides that they do, all like the fairground rides, they're very expensive, but they're cool and they move and stuff. We decided to kind of go the opposite way and go for something a bit more traditional, and it was considerably cheaper. They were doing a really good deal on this. It's this here, Scrooge's Manor. You get the little Scrooge figure, you got like the ghosts in the windows. Very cool, and I think it plays music according to that anyway, which I didn't know. what music it plays, I don't know, or maybe it's just like talking, maybe it'll just be like the ghosts like making ghostly noises or something. So this will be good. Like, this is a fairly decent sized one as well for the price of it. I paid 45, I think. Oh no, it was less than that. It was 45, but I got 10% off, I think, off of that, and that was already reduced. So yeah, I got a good bargain on this. And as soon as they like put the deal on, they all seem to just get sold up. And then they must have found a few, or a few people had cancelled or something. I was looking around the internet like a crazy man, thinking, trying to buy it, and everyone had them up at like 90 quid, and I was like, oh, I'm not spending 90 quid. And then suddenly the same place got them in stock again. So either people cancelled, or they somehow managed to get, they thought, oh, we're onto a winner with this, and they got a load more in stock. So right now it is the day before I am putting this video out. So it's like I brought these videos right up to date, and I just wanted to say, first off, thank you very much for everyone who has watched this video up until this point, because I know it's a long one, but I really wanted to just kind of get all this into one video, be up to date, and then go forward from there. But the reason why I'm kind of doing this right now is just to kind of say I'm going to be stopping these videos, just these videos from the shed for now, in the current format they're in anyway. I'm not sure how I'm going to go forward, and don't worry, this is not me like starting to stop doing videos or anything like that. The boot sale videos, charity shop videos are still going to continue as normal, but I feel like I'm just going to do something a little bit different for like a second video a week. And there might be the odd week where there isn't the second video and you just got the video on a Friday. But we'll see. I've not quite decided yet. All I know is that this kind of video from the shed, in this format, the way I've been doing it, is not really working, which is, I thought I'd give it a go. I'd give it a good few weeks, which I have. I think this is like the 11th or 12th week of doing it. So I figured I would try it out, see what happens, see what people think. But I think overwhelmingly so, people are choosing not to really watch these videos nearly as much as the boot sale videos, like not even close. Which I get, it's fine. I like the boot sale videos that other people put out more than their other videos as well. I know some people prefer these though, so I do appreciate you watching. And I'm not saying I'm never going to do a video from the shed again, because that's not the case. It's just I'm going to be changing things up. You might find that, I go a few weeks without posting anything in the shed. And you'll also find that maybe in the boot sale videos, charity shop videos, there'll be a bit more shed in some of those videos. I might also do like regular updates via shorts. That's something I've been meaning to get with, putting the shorts out, and also going on to Instagram more, Facebook possibly, and maybe even TikTok as well. And there's some other stuff that I'd like to give a go going forward. We'll see how it goes. I'm not committing to like anything right now. The boot sale videos, charity shop videos will stay as normal. There'll be at least one of them a week going forward into the new year, as there always is. I usually take a little bit of a break at Christmas, but we'll see. As for a second video, I still plan long term to be getting a second regular kind of length video out a week as well, but it's just not going to be always like a shed video the way I've been doing it. It just might be a bit different, or it might be like a top 20 list. A while back I did a top 20 soft toy list that was really popular at the time. People seemed to love that one, and I really enjoyed like researching it, everything. I really enjoyed filming that. So I want to get back to a few more things like that that are a little bit different than just kind of showing you what I've been selling. And that's what I'm thinking. But we may end up back at shed videos again at some point in the future. I'm not saying that. Yeah, so things might just change a little bit, but not in regards to the kind of core content that this channel puts out. It's still going to be boot sales, charity shops. That's what this kind of channel started on and will continue with. But I'll just be adding a few kind of extra things in there that might be a little bit different. So bear with me with that. Hopefully you guys will enjoy some of it. Things like kind of taking a deeper dive look into some of the things that I bought when it's particularly interesting stuff. And like top 20 lists of like good stuff to pick up. All this kind of stuff. I've got lots of ideas. So I'll give a few a try and we'll see. This is probably going to be like more kind of going into next year, probably, because I've got a lot going on right now. You know, obviously run up to Christmas. And I will, like, when I do get on Vinted and Etsy and stuff like that, when there's important things that change within my reselling business, I will be letting you guys know where I'm up to with it, because stuff like that can help people out, you know, when you're starting something new, and it's good to kind of share these things. So that's it for now from the shed. If you could hit the like button and subscribe, and if there's any chance at all, you could go and check out my second channel, Adventure ASPIN. Subscribe over there, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's it for now. See you in a bit.